Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to more model building with Gundam, or Gundam model building. Anyway, this is, or was, the Freedom Gundam, Real Grade model kit. Now, why is my box basically beat to hell? Well, you can thank FedEx. This came in. Now, I don't know if it was water damaged by the manufacturer where I ordered it from, or if it was done by FedEx. Granted, FedEx did have it all. Well, the shipper put all 4 boxes, including my Metal Gear Rex. You know, Rex. Yeah, they stuck him and 3 other Gundams all in the same box. So, this might have been a casualty of shipping. Anyway. Before I get into it, as always, if you find that you enjoy this channel, if you enjoy my nonsense, if you enjoy the crap that tends to come out of my mouth, likes, dislikes, bell icon, comments help the channel tremendously with YouTube's algorithm, allowing us to grow as a community, and I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. If you do want to help out the channel, engagements, subscribing, following, bell icon, that really does help a lot. And believe me, I appreciate you guys. If you haven't done so already, feel free to join our Discord, link in the description. But with that said, let me shut up and actually get to the build. So, my game plan is, despite this horrendous box that I'm trying to salvage to some miserable degree that's horrendously destroyed. Dear God, this box is on life support. It's begging to be put down. Oh, oh no. Tell me this isn't like... Okay, so the manual got water damaged as well, but it's, if I'm gentle with it, I could probably peel the pages. Thanks, FedEx. Like, okay, I think this is a two-way failure. This is what I think happened. I think the shipper decided, hey, let's put them all into one box. And FedEx said, cool, they're in one box, let me just sit on them. So, something like that, for lack of a better word. This seems like a small kit, despite the fact that it is a real grade. We have our stickers, we have our trays. I just need a solid minute to just kind of gut these and get the parts out. Oh, this box is on life support. Does the box really matter? Not really, but... Alright, let me put this together, get my tools together, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, about 10 minutes later, and I think I have everything set up. So, let's see. I also had to change my shirt because it was honestly a lot hotter than I was expecting. I'll make sure I'm better in range of the camera. Get this out of the way. Whatever. Right there in the corner is fine. Alrighty, so... How the hell is this going? So like this. Curved piece goes there. Okay. So, guess in some news related to the channel and otherwise. Recently, it was reported that out in Florida, Trump got shot at again. And supposedly here in New York, one of his rallies, I think it was supposed to be in, where was that? Long Island? Apparently someone... It's a lot of mixed information at the moment, and I'm not entirely certain of what is what exactly. But supposedly, there were reports that there was a bomb at one of his rallies. So, somebody's really trying hard. Even to the point now where it seems like they want to go after civilians, which is absurd. But, psychos are going to be psycho, unfortunately. So that's just... state of the way things are, I'm afraid. But anyway, other than that, where is my parts? No, these are correct. No, I'm just dumb. Okay. Other than that, in lighter news, I am getting closer to my goals. I today, which is September 18th, managed to get my my fourth HVAC license. Managed to get my fourth HVAC license. And I'm definitely missing something somewhere. Wait, hold on. You two go together. That's F11. I goofed. I definitely goofed. Hold on. Ah, there you are, you sneaky little butthole. I knew it! But yeah, so today I managed to get my oil. No, correction, not my oil transfer. I managed to get my compressor operator's license. But I'm pissed because my first attempt at the oil transfer license, I failed by like literally by 1 point. Like no kidding, 1 point. Pissed me off. So I did a little bit of studying. I got my compressor operator, super hyped. I'm like, all right, I got the oil transfer. I got no problems. Failed with a 56. I needed a 70 to pass. Now, at first, I was like, shit, how did I fail? Get home, look over the document that tells you what you screwed up on. I noticed that all of the sections, except for 2, I got like maybe 1 or 2 wrong. So realistically speaking, I should have passed with like a 90. But there were 2 sections, and they were labeled new. So that means that there's a chance that I am currently studying outdated information. So that is totally possible that I am studying outdated information. And it aggravates me to no end. And where is this going exactly? So I guess, this gets... Oh! Oh, that scared the crap out of me. Like, I'm looking at this, I'm like, wait, this one told me to have this down. This little piece just to show you. It told me to have this down, but then I look at this, I'm like, oh, flip it. Got it. Oh, I nearly pooped myself. I was like, no, don't tell me I can take this part already. No, we're good. So I gotta take, this is gonna be the heel. This is this piece. So you are gonna do a thing. Wait, what? I'm a little confused. So wait, this is gonna go like this. Does that slide in? Did I just goof again? Like, it looks like there's a little slot that, like, I have to... Oh. That really it? With model kits, the one thing I really hate is feet. Hate working with feet. It just, the way they're shaped and everything, it doesn't feel right. And I think yeah, that seems about right. And then if I think that's technically the way I was supposed to do it originally, but in either situation, there's our feet. Now, I need whatever the hell is, well, that's those 2. I don't know which one's which anymore. Uh-oh. So it should... Damn it. So it's going to be pointed like that, so it is probably like this. So... that is why it is shaped like that. Okay. I'm not totally stupid. For now. I'm just mildly stupid. For now. Until I make an even bigger goof. Why do you not want to cooperate? Hello, Mr. Foot. Why do you not want to cooperate with me? Because, like, it's supposed to fit like this, essentially, like it's supposed to go flush, and it's just not. Should just go like that, which it just did. It's a little derpy, honestly. I think that's how it's supposed to go. Yeah, technically, yes. From what I'm seeing in the picture, yeah, this is right. So, okay. So then, same situation here. Because both feet are supposed to be identical. I just feel like I'm doing them backwards. That's the thing that's bugging me. Like, I feel like this is going backwards for some reason. And I'm like, Like, this one worked better. This one just went right in. This one just does not want to be flush. So, there's our feet. And then... Oh, thank God, this is actually going to be the thing that holds it together. So, in a weird way, even though I wasn't able to paint my Metal Gear Rex, it was a nice little break. I think I did this backwards, mother sister. There we go. That looks better. That looks a lot better. Looks a lot cleaner. Anywho, even though I wasn't able to paint my Rex, it was a nice little break from the aggravation of model stickers, which I have to deal with very soon. Whenever this decides to tell me, hey, sticker time, bitch, that's gonna be fun. I need my C's, which, here's Charlie. I also need B. Alright, so B2. Oh, B number 2. I'm assuming, yeah, these are the joints for the legs. So, fingers crossed I don't go ahead and clip something I'm not supposed to. I'm assuming I need 1 and 2. I mean, it doesn't specify 1 or 2. It just says 2. So what I'm going to do to make my life easier, and probably inadvertently make my life harder, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to clip out both of them and end up hating my life later. But anyway, lads, other than that, what else is going on with the channel? So as for the channel itself, what I am trying to do, I'm still experimenting with things to see what works with YouTube and what doesn't. So if you've probably noticed up until this point, a lot of my videos may or may not have just no proper thumbnail, that it's all like YouTube generated. And personally, I don't like leaving things up to YouTube system. I don't really like automating things. I prefer to do things myself because I feel like I'm actually in control. The issue is that YouTube seems to latch on to certain aspects of videos and, well, thumbnails and stuff like that. So, the YouTube algorithm knows what it likes. And when the system gives you a thumbnail for your videos, generally, you might want to use them. I don't personally like using them because I just feel like they lack any real creativity and they're always weird. But they do sometimes show results. In some situations that I've had, I've used YouTube's thumbnail and it worked really well. In some situations, my thumbnail worked well. So I'm kind of testing and choosing to see what works. What I'm going to end up doing is, I don't think it's going to be a permanent solution. I don't think I'm going to permanently be doing that where I'm just relying on YouTube's system to make a thumbnail for me. What I'm going to, I think, do is I'm going to test with it. I'm going to let YouTube make my thumbnails, see how it works. If our platform ends up growing, then what I'll do is I'll kind of just recoil back to my old ways of making my own thumbnails, and hopefully we'll have grown a decent enough community that that I won't have to worry about whether or not YouTube cares about my thumbnails. I'm also very confused. So where does this... Because this is implying that this little knobby bit moves. But I don't see where it would move. Down here? Oh, they wanted me to flip it upside down. Oh, that's what they wanted. Okay. Really dumb, but okay. And then from the opposite side, that looks right. Was it right here? It should be. This piece is very weird, and I'm very concerned about it because it just kind of feels like it's made from rubber or something. And I'm fearful of it because I feel like if I press too hard, I'm going to just end up breaking it, and that's going to ruin the entire model. And why don't you want to just get in place, you pain in my ass? Oh, I feel like I'm going to break my thumb. Nope, no, let's not do that. No, let me... It just does not want to stay in place for nothing. There's nothing really there that's blocking it. It's just literally this one piece. The way it's designed is really stupid. Like, this one seems like it's going on just fine. Or maybe I'm talking out of my ass. But, there we go. Alright, anyway. Back to my original point. So, yeah, I'm going to be messing with YouTube's algorithm a little bit just to see what I can get working. Because in the end of the day, the goal is still to get our channel to grow, ultimately. I'm still working on the Patreon as well. I have a couple ideas. I'm thinking about doing Pistol Whip for the channel, but for the Patreon only. Now, I did Pistol Whip a while ago. And the reason why I stopped is because YouTube has a copyright problem with that game. Naturally, there is some lyrics to the game, so I can imagine why YouTube would have a problem with it. So, considering the fact that it is a copyright issue, and I can't really put it on the channel proper, what I'm just going to end up doing is I think I'm just going to put it on the Patreon. I know I keep talking about the damn thing, you know, Nick, where's the Patreon? It's there. It is there. It's just, like I said, if I'm ever going to take money from viewers, I want to make sure it's for a good reason. I want to make sure I'm at least giving you something worth it. Because I do feel bad. Like, I do kind of feel bad taking money. Even though I know it's, you know, just people being generous and just trying to show support, which I absolutely love and I appreciate you guys for it. But I just, to some degree, I do feel a little guilty. So I feel like I'm not really giving anything of value in response, I guess. I don't know. It's just, that's my head. I do feel like maybe, even back then when people were donating to the channel, I feel like maybe I wasn't expressing my appreciation enough. Because I am the type that I do kind of overthink that sort of thing, where I'm like, did I screw something up? Did I say something wrong? Like, I overthink myself, honestly. So, I do wonder if I came off as either annoyed or unappreciative, which I never meant to do. So that's, I guess, another reason why I'm like, like, do I really want to open the Patreon or not? I'm like, I don't know, I just feel weird about it personally, so I gotta think it over, and I want to make sure that if I'm gonna open it, I want to make sure that at least there's something worthwhile in there. But I'm still figuring that all out. It's all hit or miss at the moment. So, gonna figure it out, little by little. You son of a mother... You son of a... Ah... I'm telling you. I said this in my previous ones, and I'm gonna tell you this again. I feel like the people who design these kits are sadists. Or masochists. Or both. My brain is melting at the moment. 3. I need 3. Do I need 4? It is the same thing. There's only one C, so I'm going to say 4. Sure, we'll take it. You know I'm going to regret this later. I'm going to look and go, oh, I'm dumb. I didn't need that. So something else that I'm trying for the channel as well to try to hopefully encourage the algorithm a little bit. So one thing that's been found out is that some people tend to use YouTube as a means of helping them to sleep, just to have a noise in the background generally. But the thing is that when you're asleep, you're effectively, in a sense, forced to watch whatever YouTube puts in front of you. Even though you're not actually watching it, YouTube considers that you are. And it's these sleep viewers that are actually benefiting content creators who make long-form videos. So if you've noticed, my model kit building is usually about an hour now. On top of that, at some point here in the near future, I intend on going back to my old videos and re-releasing them in long-form content. So what that means is, one of the videos I've recently done, I took Army Men RTS. I want to say it was roughly 8 parts. So roughly 8 videos. I took all 8 videos, and I basically mashed them into one. Just simply enough, I just put them into one video. And I think it's like a total 5-hour-long video. So, the experiment is going to be, does YouTube like my 5-hour-long videos? And if all of a sudden, out of the blue, I'm noticing that these videos are getting view time, I'm going to do it to more of my videos. And it's not going to stop my regular channel. I want to make that clear. It's not going to stop my regular way of doing things. Like, the channel is still going to be what it always is. Like, that's not going to change at all. Alright, so this was the right way. The channel is going to stay what it is. Like, my goofy crap, my usual half-hour-long videos, the streams, that's going to stay. The only way my channel is going to change at all is if, by some sheer chance, like, when I start HVAC, right? I am expecting HVAC to just absolutely devour my time. I think I've explained it once or twice before. I don't really remember if I have. But effectively, what I'm expecting to happen is one aspect of HVAC is, as an HVAC engineer legally by the state of New York, I am legally not allowed to leave my post until I am relieved. So, what this means for the channel, and what this means for me, and what this also means for my mental health, realizing that I missed the part. Okay. Maybe I can recover. Anyway. So what does this mean for me? Well, what ends up happening is, like I said, legally speaking, there needs to be an HVAC engineer on duty at all times. So, what happens if one of my coworkers decides I'm calling out for the day? I'm sick, I'm not coming in. What does that do to me? I'm staying on shift, I'm working a shift. So, say I work 8 hours. We'll just say I work 8 hours, right? If I'm working 8 hours and then my coworker, my relief, calls out, I now have to work his shift, which is another 8 hours. And then, if by some chance, the other guy who was supposed to, if another guy was supposed to come in, and he was also to be the other gentleman's release, or relief, and he calls out for some reason, I'm staying in his shift too. So quickly, your 8-hour shift can then become damn near a 12-hour shift. A 16-hour shift. You can be there damn near all night. So, HVAC is like that. But you also make a stupid amount of money in overtime, which is kind of what I'm looking for. Like, I'm looking for the overtime, but I'm not looking to kill myself either. Like, I'm looking to still have some kind of a life. Like, one thing I've always said, and I remember telling Oro this because he works like an absolute mad lad. You know, God bless him. I understand why, and again, nothing but appreciation for the man. But one thing I told him, and I still firmly believe this, it's great to make the money that you are, and it's going to be great making the money that I'm going to be making, Lord willing. But what is the point in making all that money if you don't have a life or don't have the time to spend it? So that's really my only concern, is just having a life outside of HVAC. But again, it's going to be hit or miss until I actually get some stripes. Now, the problem with HVAC is it's one of those jobs where it's like, if you're the rookie, you're the new guy, you're getting the shit shifts. Easily, you're getting the shit. You're not getting. You want time off? Yeah, good luck, bud. Good luck. You're not getting time off. The senior guys are going to get the time off. And that's generally how it is. It's just seniority. Nothing personal. This guy was here longer than you, so he's going to get the better shifts than you. It is what it is. Again, nothing personal. I understand that. So that can affect the channel, and that probably will affect the channel. How? I don't really know. I'm going to still find a way to figure it out, so don't worry. I'm not just going to tank the channel back. Sorry, guys, that's it. It was a nice run. Thank you. No. If anything, what's going to end up happening is I just may not be able to... I may not be able to keep to a schedule anymore for streaming. But on my days off, I'm still going to record. So, at the very least, I can promise you I'm going to continue working on my videos. So you will still have that. But when it comes down to streaming, that's going to be a question mark. So I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work out. I'm going to have to figure that all out later. But I honestly just cannot wait to get out of retail. Because right now, that is my goal. That is my biggest goal. Is to get out of retail. I'm so tired of this line of work. Alright, so we got a bunch of parts out. I also had my phone going off, so I had to look away for a minute, so I apologize. Anyway. But yeah, so long as I can figure out exactly how HVAC is going to work with me in terms of scheduling and whatnot, I'll figure things out further. It's just seriously going to be a matter of how. Because I have no idea. At this moment in present, I don't have a goddamn clue. And I think I done diddly goofed. Come on. Come on. There you go. I was supposed to do this. Because it wants the... Does it? There we are. That's how it's supposed to go. There we go. For some reason, that's how it goes. I don't know why, but I think. Because if it's facing this way... Did I get the legs messed up? So... Wait. And then this goes on the... No, this is right. I did it right. Okay. I was losing my mind for a minute. I was like, I believe I'm going a little screwy. I mean, what else is new? Nick not losing his mind? What? It's not a normal day if Nick's not going nuts. Alright, so that makes sense. I think I got it. That looks okay. This little kneecap looking thing, this cod piece, goes right there. How the hell does this go on? I think I screwed up. Again. I think this was supposed to go on first. Yeah, okay, there we go. There we go. But yeah, so that's pretty much my game plan so far. So I want to give that a chance to see what YouTube is actually going to do when I have these videos out. Because if YouTube's algorithm is going to actually be nice enough to react the way I think it's going to react, which I'm hoping we're going to see more viewers. And more viewers, that means a bigger community. So I'm super hyped for that. Because for us to add more people to our community and our little nerdy family, if you want to call it that, that'd be awesome. And like I said, one of the aspects of this community that my goal is essentially the idea of nerds helping nerds, gamers helping gamers. So more of us here, it's more, I guess, working brains, essentially. So when someone has some trouble, if one of us has an idea of what's going on, we can maybe help out. That's at least a general idea, Lord willing, it actually works that way. I feel like this foot should be... Come on. There we go. So that's our first leg. And as per usual, these ankle pieces are like derpy as hell and don't really look right at all. There we go. Now, apparently, the way these are built, they're meant to bend. And I really don't like that personally. Like, by this, it's basically saying, like, this shit bends at, like, the hinge, like, it hinges on itself. And I'm like, it seems like it could be rubbery, but I really don't like that. So I'm just not gonna bend it. And then this was the whole right leg, which we built all that already. So that's why I figured I saved myself time. Now we have to build the waist. Need Charlie again. There it is. 21, 22. Oh, and I need Bravo. Oh, no. Okay. It heard me. B5. Right there, this thing that looks like an engine. But, one other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about before I forget. So apparently, the EU may be forcing Apple to allow side loading. Here we go. But yeah, so Apple might be allowing side loading. And what side loading is, essentially, Android has always been able to do this. Apple doesn't. Side loading effectively allows you, the end user, to effectively download APK files and install whatever the hell you want to install on your system. So, in a sense, if you wanted to go ahead and install, say, pirated games, not that I'm encouraging it, but if you want to install games that are on the App Store, and you don't want to pay for them, you can technically download an APK to do it. Or if you want to alter your operating system in some way, shape, or form, again, you can totally download an APK for that. If you want to change your operating system, the way it looks, the way it behaves, things like that. Now, here is the kicker. You are installing software that is foreign to your system. This means that there is the potential for you to get a virus on your system. Wait. What? Oh! I feel stupid. Come on, bend. There you go. Oh! That makes more sense. Did I? Well, now don't I feel like a dum-dum? Anyway. So. The EU is forcing all this stuff because effectively what's going on is Apple users don't really have as much control over their devices as they'd like to think. And so one could argue it's so that way Apple can effectively protect its users. I would argue otherwise. If you can't install your own files without jailbreaking your software, it essentially allows Apple to have control over your device, in a sense. So, if you want certain programs on your phone, like say at the Epic Store, nope, can't do it. You can't do it because Apple won't allow it. Or, on the alternative, you want to download something that is for Apple, but you're downloading a pirated version. Apple is not going to just happily let you pirate their stuff. For understandable, of course, it is understandable. But regardless, if you, the user, want to run the risk of blowing up your phone, I'm sorry to say, but you should be allowed to do that. You paid for the device. In my opinion, you own it. So Apple should have no right to say, sorry, bud, but we're not going to let you do that. Granted, Apple could go ahead and say, well, we'll let you blow it up if you want, but understand something. If you blow it up, it voids our warranty, and we're not going to help you. So, in which case, I think that's fair. But regardless, it's just, nowadays, especially with tech, it's kind of absurd when you think about the way tech is going in the grand scheme of things. Like, in my opinion, it started with digital merchandise, right? This whole thing of, you don't own the software that you're paying for. You don't own it. Also, where the hell? Hold on. Trying to figure. So this goes in from behind. I think like it's supposed to go like this. Oh, I feel like I'm gonna break this stupid thing, and I'm not even gonna mean it either. Well, that's why. Oh boy, and this one's already crooked too. I just felt my stomach lurch. Also, apparently this is supposed to be up. What if I just try to put it in this way? That sounds wrong. Oh my god, there we go. So I got it. So, yeah, you have to have the little, like, tabby things facing up instead of down. So it should be longer going up. That sounds wrong. And then you can just kind of slide them in. Little nerve-wracking, but yeah, it works. Because they kind of went with these kits with, like, a weird rubbery kind of way of doing it, which is really fucking weird. And I'm expecting this damn thing to break on me at some point. But anyway, yeah, so I believe that if you're going to pay as much money as you do for your hardware, you're going to pay upwards of $1,000 on a device, you own it. I don't care what Apple thinks. I don't care what people say about its security. You own it. You paid for it. It's yours. So I don't think Apple has a right to restrict what you do on your device. Of course, unless it's illegal, then that's a different story. But if I want to install games on my phone or turn it into my mobile Xbox, I should be allowed to do that. It's as simple as that. Now, here's the thing. Apparently, people who only ever use Apple are kind of... There are those who are effectively proving themselves to be smooth brains. Supposedly. Because people are having an aneurysm at the news that Apple's newer phones may start allowing sideloading. And Apple is doing this whole like propaganda campaign being like, the evil EU is making us do it, and they're risking your security. It's like, sideloading's not that bad. If you don't want to do it, just you know how you protect yourself with sideloading? It's simple. Don't do it. It's as simple as that. It's literally just don't use it and you're fine. Don't download third-party programs and you're fine. Really that simple. But I remember reading one post, and one little rocket scientist, bear with me, he kind of outed himself a little bit. what he said was that he had an Android once upon a time, and he'll never use an Android again because he decided to try to sideload it. He tried to install a game, and it gave him a virus. Now, what game could have possibly given him a virus? What he said, he claimed that he attempted to download CSGO for his Android, and it gave him a virus. I wonder if he was also trying to download Half-Life 3. Because, yeah, last I checked, you know, but CSGO isn't really a, for lack of a better word, it isn't a mobile game. Last I checked. But, maybe that's just me being old and outdated. Who knows? Who knows? What do I know? But yeah, so this rocket scientist basically tried to download, I guess what happened was he downloaded an APK for what he thought was CSGO, and it was just a virus and he fell for it. But people will use this as an excuse and say, you see, Android gets more viruses. It can get more viruses if you're dumb enough to let your phone get a virus. Like, I'm sorry, but a lot of viruses and a lot of viral infections tend to usually come from the individual making a goof. That's usually what it is. Now, recently I had a panic because I saw a random file that I never recognized on my task manager. And it was, in a sense, running in the background. I was like, what the fuck is this? So I started panicking, I started researching it, couldn't find nothing, and anything I did find kept saying it was a Trojan. So I was like, ah, crap, I gotta delete my OS. It sucks, but do what I gotta do to protect myself. Delete it. A month later, I'm browsing Reddit, and what do I see? Someone posting on a virus forum, being like, "Hey, I found this in my task manager. What the hell is it?" Now, what I exactly saw was two files running in my task manager. One being a random jumble of numbers and letters, or seemingly random number and letters. Then another file that was literally just, I think it just said 17. But they were files I couldn't interact with. I couldn't do anything with these programs. They were just there. I couldn't delete them. I couldn't uninstall them. I couldn't find where they were. I couldn't do anything to these damn files. So again, naturally, my first thought was, it's a virus. It's been hiding in my system. It's stealing my information. I gotta get rid of it. Well, wait. I think I have to, hold on. Because it says I have to, like, flip it over. It just doesn't want to. Oh my god, my stomach jumped. I heard the pop. I was like, oh, tell me I didn't just break it. Like, that's the end of the video. The video? The video. But anyway. So yeah, so naturally, come across the same file. I'm sorry, I come across a person talking about this same file, or something similar. And they're like, is this a virus? Should I be afraid? Should I, is there something I should be doing? And people responded saying, no, it's not a virus, you don't have to worry. This is what kicks me in the ass. They say, it's not a virus. It's actually files that come pre-baked with the game Only Human, or Once Human. Oh, Once Human. The game Once Human. And what those files are, that weird long string of text and letters, is just your user ID for the game. And then the other file that's just titled a certain number, well, that's how many times you visited the server. So it's more like, in a weird way, the best way I could describe it is like your driver's license, in a sense. When you enter the game, or it's almost like when you travel, when you're living in New York and you have your state ID. That's essentially what it is, in a weird way of describing it. Really, really annoying. This is also really annoying because it doesn't want to fit into place. There's another piece that I'm missing, and I think that's what's kind of goofing me right now. But anyway, yeah, so that's all it was. It wasn't a virus, and I ended up wiping my operating system for nothing. So kind of aggravates me to know that I deleted it for literally nothing. Um, but at the very least, I know that what I did, it, I as aggravating as it was, I did it to protect my computer. I'm also confused by what this intends on doing. Like, what the f- Oh. Wait. Oh. Hmm. So my initial issue is still present, but I'm trying to figure. I'm assuming now this will snap in place because it's in the torso? Like, I'm thinking maybe the torso is like to act as like some kind of limit. Okay, no, it's not. So, brute force it. There we go. And who said brute force doesn't fix anything? There we go. Then you're gonna get right up in there, I think. That should be fine. Now we need other parts. But anyway, so yeah, I definitely think people panicking about side loading is really stupid. It's nothing to worry about. Literally, if you are not interested in side loading your iPhone, just don't. Like literally, just don't. Um, but yeah, Apple is really trying because the thing is with Apple too, they're very particular about their security, which in some cases is good, but in some other cases it's really aggravating. And one thing Apple has done recently, because they really are in this like kind of anti-repair war where they do not want you you as a third party to be able to repair their hardware. They don't want you to fix your device. They want you to go through them and pay an arm and a leg to get their parts, which really sucks. So how do they do this? Your smartphone phone screen is assigned to your device. So what ends up happening is, say you break your iPhone, you crack your screen, and you go through a third party to get it repaired. What can end up happening is you're going to get a notification on your phone saying, hey, this is not a genuine Apple device. This isn't one of ours. This isn't our software. Now, from what I know, on one hand, it's just going to keep giving you a notification. Basically, if you want to resell your phone, it does kind of bring some question to your device, essentially. Because effectively, if you go to resell it, what you're telling somebody is that it was damaged and I fixed it. So your device is now really no longer not new. So it kind of comes to the question was what was wrong with it, and it also voids warranty. Because if you have a problem with it and you take it to Apple because they are the only ones that might be able to actually fix it, you're screwed. For lack of a better word, you're screwed. Because they're going to say, sorry, the phone is literally telling us that you didn't use our parts. So you went to someone else, you had them fix it for you. That's not our hardware anymore, so you got to go back to them, or you got to bring back in your original iPhone screen, damaged or otherwise. So, yeah, and that's just because if you go through Apple, oh my God, I can't speak. If you go through Apple genuinely, they're going to go ahead and reassign a new screen to your phone because they actually have to code it. They have to tell the device what it is. And only Apple has the ability to do so. A third party doesn't have the ability to do so. And if a third party can do it, what they're going to do is they're going to be an authorized retailer or an authorized repair company, essentially. So they're going to, in a weird way, maybe have like a partnership with them, with Apple. Uh, I'm confused. Oh, wait, so the little bit goes on the opposite end. I did it backwards. Oh, that's how that goes. Okay, cool. Got it. And then if I take this, it's going to go into the back, I think. Or does this go on its... How does this work? Okay, so somehow I managed to kind of just like force it in place. So to show you guys this is how the torso is going. So we're getting there, little by little. And for me, it's... Damn, it's all... Fuck, it's already 11? Where did the day go? So I guess other than complaining about Apple, because personally I'm an Android user. Galaxy S24 for the win. Anyway. Um... My day has been a very long day. So when all those HVAC tests I'm always telling you guys about, like, oh, I had to take this test, I had to do that. What I did, I have to go to Metrotech. So Metrotech is in the city, and when I go to take these tests, I always have to go in super early, and I hate going to Metrotech early because it's never you're not in and out. You are not in and out. What's gonna end up happening is you get your happy ass there whenever you get yourself there. And you have to get a ticket number, and you're waiting on a line. And then when that line's done, you have to wait on another line, which involves you getting your test done. So, what was my number today? I think I had a ticket number of C033. How do I remember that? I'm genuinely asking, like, how do I remember that? Anyway. So that means that I had to wait for little more than 33 people ahead of me. Now, yes, it's C33. Sure. But the reason why I say there's more is because it's not just C. There's also F and T. And I think P as well. So there's a couple of different ticket numbers that you have to wait for people to help. And I think each of these ticket numbers are something different. Like some of them are for paying tickets and fines, renewing documents, or taking tests. Because it seems like so far the C's are usually people taking tests. It seems, anyway. And one thing I've noticed, which I do kind of feel bad for the FDNY, people are just stupid. Like, I was watching people complaining for basic things like, oh, the FDNY would just be like, yeah, so you didn't file this, you didn't pay for this, and then customers would get mad and be like, oh, no one told me that. Well, dude, just read. Like, I don't know, people are just really stupid. It is one of those things where I really can't explain it. It's more so like you have to see it for yourself to just see how dumb people are there. And again, I'm talking the customers, not the FDNY. So I give them a lot of credit for what they have to put up with on the daily. Just people are stupid. And it does seem like finally they are getting their shit together because I've had basically nothing but horror in the beginning when I was first doing all this. Because I remember one day I was trying to go take my first test, the written, and I got rejected a number of times. First time it was, oh, you didn't get a ticket number, you can't come in. Okay, no, because I gotta get a ticket number before they close it. Then after that, it was, oh yeah, no, you don't need the ticket number anymore. We did away with that. But you gotta be here at 6 in the morning. It's like, son of a bitch. So it was just this constant back and forth. And it was really this moment of like, I cannot wait to pass all these tests, so I never have to come back here. Of course, until the city decides, oh yeah, we need to change what's required of your license. Like I found out, my landlord, who is in HVAC, he's been in the job how long now? But his job is mandating that he gets an update to his current license, one of his licenses. just because New York State requires it. Because every few years they're always adding new information to the test and whatnot. So if you don't have that license, that new updated license, screw you. You're probably losing your job. Simple enough. Oh, there it goes. Where'd it go? Mother, sister, where? This looks terrible on camera, by the way. I know. I'm like here it is. It's on my penis. Where the fuck did you go? All right, give me a minute. Alrighty. So I got the part. It's not secured until I actually put the head on, I guess. So I have to. There you little bastard. Anyway. So, yeah, that's been my life the last year, battling the FDNY and dealing with their nonsense. Other than that, I'm gonna have to be super careful about this. Other than that, I have been actively trying to find a girlfriend. Not gonna get into any like creepy incel shit. That's not me. I'm admittedly the type where I can't really approach someone. Like I don't have the nerve for it. I hate to say it. I'm not. Oh, my glasses. I'm not ashamed of it enough that I won't talk about it because it's the truth. It is who I am, and I tell you guys these stories mostly so that way, like, as the channel grows, you know who I am. You know what I mean? It's more of just like you know me as a person and not just this voice on camera. So I remember, just to give you an idea, back when I was working at Staples, there was this girl I liked. And I knew she was single, so I was like, shit, okay, maybe I should, try to ask her out. I go up to this girl to talk to her. And I don't know what the hell happened to me. I had the nerve, I knew what I was going to say. I walk up to her, and I froze. And instead of talking to her, I started following her around like a friggin' creep. And I kept telling myself, like, I could say in my head, I'm like, hey, do you want to hang out? Do you want to go somewhere? Do you want to get something to eat? I could think this in my head, but I couldn't form the words. I just couldn't say it, and I froze. And eventually I managed to squeak out the word like, hey, do you think maybe you'd want to hang out? And she just kind of gave me this annoyed, yeah, maybe. I'm like, oh. Like, yeah, I fucked up. Like, I wasn't mad at her or anything like that. I screwed up. I froze, and I just couldn't do it. So, it was what it was. I come to find out that a couple of our coworkers are managers. These two managers. Oddly enough, one of them, his name was Karen. Go figure. Friggin' Karen. Come to find out that... Oh, that's what that part is. Okay, well, I'm stupid. Come to find out that her and another manager overheard the whole thing. They saw everything that happened. They saw the whole ordeal. And I noticed they were laughing, I just didn't know it was at me. Or at us. So, they went around and started telling everybody about how I fucked up. How I froze. And, yeah, for lack of a better word, that just didn't feel good to know that everyone was essentially making fun of me behind my back. And then when I went to go talk to this girl, like, oh, hey, because I was buying something, she just deaded me. She just kept it professional. She was just, here's your shit, have a nice day. I was like, oh. Okay. Like, that's really bad. Like I was, again, wasn't mad at her. I understood she was embarrassed. Everyone's making fun of the two of us now because I froze like a fucking weirdo and I just followed her around because I couldn't say anything. I didn't know what to say. So, she ended up taking it out on me. Again, I didn't blame her for it. I understood. It's what it was. If I blame anybody, it was my managers. I give them so much shit because that was super unprofessional, and that builds a toxic work environment. So that was their fault. I will give them that shit. So now, effectively, she hates me, and everyone's looking at me like a loser. So yeah, those two, they screwed up. But it's not to say that that one bad incident like stops me from wanting to date or anything. It's just like I freeze. I physically like I cannot approach a girl and say hey. Like I physically can't. There's just not an ounce of my body that lets me do it. I just can't. And I think at this point, am I really about to finish this in maybe like an hour? I'm now about an hour and a half, so maybe I should pause and finish. But yeah, so decided to go for the easy option, which is online dating. Made a few dating posts, and one thing I'm noticing about online dating, which is really annoying, you make a very clear post of, hey, I'm hoping to find someone at least an hour away from where I live. Oh yeah, I'm in California, let's talk. I'm in New York. You know, last I checked, California is not an hour away from New York. Okay. Rocket scientists. Yeah, so that's something that if you're in the same boat as I am and you're trying to online date, that's something that you're going to end up having to deal with because everyone is their own brand of special. But anyway, I'm just going to leave it there because we have a couple of pages left to actually work on, and I don't really want to finish it now. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to leave this there. I'm going to hope that this little piece... Hey, maybe I got it in. Cool. Watch, it's going to fall out come next video. But anyway, thank you guys for listening. Thank you for watching. As always, I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you enjoy watching me build these little plasticky buttholes. I enjoy building them for you guys, and I hope you enjoy. But as always, if you do want to help out the channel, if you want to support me, likes, dislikes, bell icon, and comments are all great ways of doing that, as it helps us get to new users and allows us to grow as a community. Bell icon also keeps you guys up to date when I go live and when I start streaming, which is the same thing. I'm double speaking. But it also keeps up to date with new videos as well. If you haven't done so already, feel free to join the Discord, and I'd appreciate it if you guys could subscribe. But with that said, thank you everyone so much. You guys are all awesome, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you guys. Have a grenade. Have a grenade? No, don't have a grenade. That's illegal. Have a great night. See you later, guys.